Hi, and welcome to Excel VBA Data Entry Form for Employee Payroll System with User Interface. Now let me show you guys how this works. Right here, we can search. Let's assume I want to search for any other candidate. Let's reset the whole lot and come in here. One good thing about this program is you can use any of these criteria, anyone, to search for whatever candidate you want. Let's assume we want to use the inner city within. So I'm going to just select anyone here randomly. I'm going to go for 345 pounds and nothing. That's it right here. That's the one I've just selected. I know we have two here. Now let's see what's going to happen. There we go. And the one we've just selected, that belongs to Natalie Bells. Okay, we can just change it. Okay, that's from the inner city. Let's assume I want to select from the postcode. Let's have a go at any of those postcode there. I'm going to just select maybe NM09. No, 909. And click on search. You see, that's how it works. Any of this column. This is actually at a request of one of my viewer. She will actually want to be able to search using any of these. Okay, she's actually a member of the channel, so we had to put something like this together for her. Okay, now one other thing that we can do is we can add, as you guys can see, let's assume we change the details of this Larry Coleman. Let's change it to, let's say, Santana, Montana. And let's change the postcode of Santana, Montana. And we won't be able to change this because this one is label. And let's say the firm he's working for is iBank. And Santana, Montana is male. Okay, let's change the wages here. All right, that's the city waiting allowance and is highly paid. And in here, overtime, hard working man, and in here, extra pay. So all we just need to do is to come right here. You see where we see hard wages. Click on that, and you see the changes has taken place. And if you go straight down, we should be able to see the details of Santana, Montana. But if it's not there, that's it. That's Santana, Montana. If it's not there, all you just need to do is click on Add New. But Santana, Montana is already there anyway. That's fine. We can delete whatever we want to delete. We seems to have a lot of Santana, Montana in there. Get rid of that. And look, we have Luke in there. Get rid of another Luke. There. Okay, so we can also print if we want. Okay, and exit. The choice is yours. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Excel development environment. I'm going to put something like this together. For your information, it's going to take some time, but for those of you who are skilled at designing the interface how you want, you can always keep that. There's going to be a table of content for you guys to click on the description area. So let's have a go at it now. And welcome back to Excel development environment. Now let's give this a shot. So what I'm going to do is, you see the data that I used, I'm just going to copy some of those data. You can just make that up. The choice is yours. So I'm going to come in here. Okay, just copy. And I'll make this data available. You don't really need it because you can make up your own data really. But for those who might need it, I'll just make it available for you. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Right click and just copy. And let's come right down here. This is my new project. I'm going to paste that right there. Just Control V, paste. There we go. We can't see this that much. Okay, there's it. Oh, that is it. All right, Now I'm going to save this. Let's go to File and Save As, and I'm going to be saving it as an Excel enabled macro, or Excel macro enabled. So let me browse to wherever that is, and right here, that's the directory I intend to save my work. So I'm going to change this. You see where we have save type as, I'm going to change that to Excel macro enable workbook. Okay, make sure that's what you select. See, those are the previous ones I practiced with. So I'm going to change this very one to, the name is going to be employers or Employee Payroll System _system. There, that's the name of my project, Employee Payroll System. Click on Save. There we go. There. So now if we go to the developer tab here, and there's one thing, because I do have some new learners here, if you don't have your developer tab, all you need to do is to go straight to File and you select your options right there. Now go to Customize Ribbon. Inside your Customize Ribbon, your developer tab is right here. Okay, it must be checked. Make sure it is checked. Okay, if you can't find your developer tab here, come to Popular Command or just select any of these, maybe All Command. You should be able to see your developer tab. Just search through here, you'll see it. And once that is checked, you click on OK. There we go. My developer tab is right there. Now the next thing you want to do is, once you have your developer tab right here on the menu, click on that, and the developer tab that you just click on should open up all of this menu here. Select VB or Visual Basic, or you can always click on Alt F11. So I'm going to click on that, and that's it. There's nothing there, as you can see. Okay, now to get our form in place, I'm going to go to Insert. Look at it right here. Click on Insert, Add a Form, User Form, and you see your user form automatically appears here. Look at it. Now that's your form. You now want to modify your form to how you want. That is the properties. Just place your mouse on top of it. You will see what you want. Those are the components for you. I'm going to click on the properties. That's the properties right there. The first thing I want to do is to take care of this form to give me room to carry out some work. I'm going to change the size of that form to 700, the height to 700. Now the width, I'm going to change the width. The width is right here somewhere. You guys might not be able to see it. Let's move that up. Okay, let's come here. I'm just going to drag it here so that you can see it. Let's say the width. There we go. That's the width. I'm going to change that to 1040. There we go. Now that's the width. That is done. Move this back. Just peg it right there where it was before. Right. And that is it. I'm going to close all of this so that you see everything. Anyway, there we go. That is my form now. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is, if you run this form, there's nothing on it anyway. Okay, let's go back. This is just the code view. I'm going to go back to my property and select the form. That's the form there. I'll select this. Right, there's nothing there. If you run it, there's nothing. That's it. Plain form. Close that. Now let's start with the design of the interface. You now need your tools. That's your toolbox. Click on your toolbox. The very first thing I want to do is to add my label here. I also need a text box. Add one text box there. I will now change the font style of both components. So let's go to the properties. Click on the property there. And let's change that. Let's look for the font. First thing first, let me just reduct this thing back to the way it was. There we go. Let's move this up. I prefer it the way it was. Okay. Now, I need a font. That's the font there. Change that to maybe 14 bold. There we go. That's fine. Now the other thing I'm going to need is okay, first thing, let's just copy this, extend it that much, hold onto your control, click and drag. So we have two. Now I'm going to click and drag again there, and this time around, this very one, I'm just going to reduce that, so about that much, and extend this that much. And I'll need a text box, a label here, and I need in here, I'm going to add a combo box. There we go, that's a combo box here. Let's place that in here. There we go. Now we can change the size of that combo box to about 14 as well, make that bold. And the text content I want on that combo box, I'm going to enter, let's see, text, I believe, yes, it's text. I'm going to enter female. There we go. And here, you see the label here, we're going to change that to gender, so we need to come straight to the caption. Now that is done, for us to complete the data that would intend to add to this combo box, let me give it a name first. I'm just going to change that to CBO gender. Okay, so I'm going to now double click on my form. While the form initializes, I want you to complete the rest of the data. Double click on that. That is the form now, but I'm not using the event click. I want to use initialize. There we go. Now on the form initialize, I'm going to say CBO dot add. And I want you to add the following. So let's enter female there, ladies first, and underneath I just add male. There. So if I run the program, this is what you guys get. So you have a choice of choosing whatever you want. Okay, let's continue. Now here in there, the caption, we're going to change the caption to employee. The reason why I'm showing this is because some of you guys that are new to VBA VBA programming, so I just want to give you the opportunity of understanding how to put together an interface, but I'm not going to be able to complete it, else it's going to take too long. So let's change the next one to address, and this one is going to be changed to postcode. That should be code. Yeah. There we go. And now the name of each components. The very first one up here, I'm going to call that TXT employee. So that we can just copy these names, come in here and change this to TXT. The TXT that represents text box. TXT employee name, and this is going to be TXT address. And this will be TXT postcode. There, this already has a name. There we go. Now, the next thing I want to do is, since I've taken care of this one, I will now create, let's create something for my dates and so on. You see, for the dates that I intend to create, move this one aside first. I'm going to add here a frame. Click and just drag a frame there up here somewhere, and in there I'm going to get rid of this text content on that frame, so that means I have to open up the properties again, come in here, that's the text content, and just get rid of it, delete that, I don't want it. Now in here I need a label. a label, and in fact I need 2 labels actually, so copy this and just paste it there. 1, 2, actually, yeah, 1 and 2. So you see this very one, the second one, I'm going to change it, look, everything of that, I will change it to label, the text. So it's now white and the background is white. The text content, let's get rid of that. Okay, there we go. And the next thing is, you see the border, I'm going to change that to single. There we go. Now we don't have a black line around it. Okay, then the next one that I'm going to add there, I'm going to add my search component. Let's copy this text and just drag it here. There. Now we need a button. Add a button there. That's the button we will click on once we are prepared to search for whatever we want. And now this one, let's change that button components. Make that 14. Yeah, that's fine. And get rid of the content in there. Change that to search. There we go. And change the name to CMD search. Why this text box will be known as TXT text box search. Done. So this very one is going to be for dates, so I'm going to change that to LBL date, and the content in here that will become pay date. There we go. This is meant to be, that's not the name, take that off. This is the name right there. There, that's taken care of. Alright, for the date, for us to be able to see the date, what I'm going to do is go back to the initialize area. So first thing first, let's come up here. I'm going to declare some variables, but let's declare it one at a time so that you guys will understand it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say option explicit. There. And my very first variable that I intend to declare, I'm going to call it dim. This day as date. There we go. That's it. Once that is declared, the next thing we want to do is to now enter the date in there. I'm going to say LBL, the date, I'm entering that inside my initialize date dot caption equals format. You have to format it, else you will end up with date and time. So format date. There we go. That's all there is to it. If I run the program now, it should give me today's date. That is it. Okay. Now that is how I'm going to put together all of those. Then the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to show you how I'm going to put the interface together, and we will have to speed up the development of this interface, else it's going to take forever. Okay, so right now it's taking that long. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come in here. Let's add a frame. No, yeah, a frame. Just click and drag. Put a frame there, and this very frame, I'm just going to get rid of this on it. And inside this frame, I will need 3 of these. Copy. Select this all. Click and drag. There we go. Okay, I need one more. Okay, you see that, guys? And then underneath, I'm going to need, let's copy this again, because we don't change it all around, and select all of these, reduce the size of that to about that much, and there we go. Now copy this again, there, and I need one more of these here, and one here as well. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Right, now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to copy. Let's copy this one. Control, hold on to your control, click and drag, and just place that here, and increase the size of this. And I'm going to have to reduce this because there's not going to be enough room for my buttons. So come in here, click, drag that much, just drag it that much. Yeah, that's fine. And in here I need one more. Right, then I need two down here. Hold and drag. Move this one down. Delete. Yeah. Right, and one here. Okay, increase the size of this and just put one here. Right, and here I need some buttons. So I'm just going to copy this very button there. Let's get rid of, go to the property, get rid of this. Copy this very button, click, drag. I need 5 more of those. That's 2. And there, those are all my buttons in place. Now let's change the data I have on all these buttons. I'll be add wages. This is add new, and this will be print. And here I'm going to call that reset. Why this is going to be known as delete. And finally, that will be my exit button. Now for each of these buttons there, I'm now going to give them a name. Look at the exit. I'm going to call it CMD exit. So I will repeat the same thing for the rest. Okay. Now let's keep going. You see right underneath here, I'm going to add a list box. Drag it there. Right, that's my list box there. Yeah. Okay, that's how it's looking now. Okay, let's do one thing. I'm going to select this, the list box. Let's give it a name. So I'll change that to LST display. Right, that's fine. Okay, now for this list box, I just want to show you one thing before I then speed up the whole design of the interface. So when I run it, I want all of this data that I have on my spreadsheet, I want it displayed. Look at it, it's looking beautiful already. So let's end that. So I want all of this data here displayed on my list box. That's just new 2 lines of code. So let's double click on the form itself, and right underneath, or maybe on top of here, we can just say my list box dot columns. Let's say column count. In total, let's see how many columns I have in there so that I can get all of those. I'm going to just count that. Okay, I've just counted that we have 24 columns entirely, but I'm just going to make it 23, so up to date. So let's go back into our code here. The column count, I'm going to say equals 23, and let's come back down here, then list box again dot. We want to say resource, no, that should be role source equals, let it start from column A1 up to, let's see this where that ends. That should be I'm going to go for W. Okay, so let's go back in here. Now that will be W. Make that 65,356 rows. Okay, and that's it. So if I run this now, we should be able to see those data I have. Look at it. Okay, look at it all there. I'm now going to just speed up with the design of the whole interface, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. And there we go, guys. I've actually finished up with the design of the whole interface. Then we can start work with proper programming. There's nothing happening here, as you can see. Alright, there's nothing happening here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit out. Let's come right here. In fact, let's start work with exits. Double click on your exit. You see, a lot of people out there always prefer exit to be unload me. Yeah, you can just enter unload me. The choice is yours. But I, for one, I just feel, supposing you end up making a mistake and you were supposed to save your work and you mistakenly click on exit, there we go. You've just lost everything. That is why I prefer using a prompt, something that will prompt you and ask you to confirm. Do you really want to exit? So let's enter a prompt in there. First of all, I'm going to declare a variable. I'll call it I exit. You can call yours whatever you like. I exit as. I'll then call it, that would be a data type. This data type is called VB message box results. And right in there, the next thing I'm going to do is I will now ask I exit. Let me call out this so that you guys should be able to see it. I exit equals message box, and this very message box that's where we enter my prompt that will question you if you really want to exit. Confirm if you want to exit. There. Close that. This takes about 4 arguments, so that'll be my very first argument. And my second argument is going to be something, let's say a method that we actually ask you to confirm, or a question mark, sorry, that would be the icon, and enter a plus sign, and this time around I want to enter plus, or I want to enter VB yes or no, then enter a comma there. And right, the next one here is going to be the name of my project, so that's Employee Payroll. There. If you look at it in total, I have 4 arguments. Argument 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. Now, I will then use an if statement to validate the option made. If I exit equals VB yes, then we can then make use of this, unload me, and we just say end if, and that's all there is to it. It's not that difficult. Look at it. It's just how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think it's much better. So if I run the program, this is what you're gonna see. Click on that. You see, it's asking me to confirm if you want to exit. So I need to correct that. Okay, no, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. So let's go back in there and just take care of that. Confirm if you want to exit. So that takes care of that. Now let's go back in here. The next one is going to be for delete. Okay, double click on delete, and inside the delete I will also declare a variable. That's the delete button up there. So this variable is going to be an integer that will actually check my worksheet to validate which, let's just call that I, then I as integer, because the worksheet is counted as 1, 2, 3 and so on. So the scale cell is counted as 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to say as integer, and I'm now going to say for I equals 1 to the range, and the range that I'm talking of, let's make that from A, then 65,356. Close that. Dot to the end. And open a bracket, X up. There. Dot row. And I'm going to say -1. Now let's say if LST display dot select, that will be selected, and if that is I, then rows plus -1. I'll select. There we go. And I can then say selection dot delete. There. And if. So that is that for the delete. Okay. Let's select this and you can just get it indented. There. Okay. That is fine. So I'm going to try this out and let's make sure it works properly. But one thing is, if you guys notice, I started from 1. If it's 0, that means the title, you can delete the title, and that's why I started from 1. So I'm going to run it. Let's see. I have some duplicated text here. Look at that. Luke, Steve. So let's see. I have about 3. Let's make sure it's, oh no, it's more than 3. I have 4, 5. Okay, delete. I have an error. So let's see, what did I do wrong? All right, I was meant to actually close up the next with next. So let's come in here. That's good. At least I'm able to see that. Okay, in here there shouldn't be next I. Okay, I use a for loop. I was meant to close it up. So run that again. Select this guy. Look. There's a lot of look there. There we go. I think I've got rid of 1. Yeah. And another one. Now let's even see inside my workbook. Look, I have 3 there. Okay. I have look from 10, 11, 12. Now let's delete some more. Let's come in here with my deletes. That is my delete there. I believe you guys can see it. Now delete. There we go. You see that? Now the last one. Let's delete another one. Okay, look at that. We have look 1, 2. I'm coming here and let's delete one more. That's the delete button. This is the exit. Look, that's exit. I don't want to exit. I want to delete. There we go. You see, the delete is working. So that's fine. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to right protect this workbook so that you won't be able to modify or do anything with it. At the end of this lesson, we should be able to do that. Okay, that is fine. Now let's take care of reset. So reset is to take care of all of this. Okay, with the reset, and we enter the following lines of codes. So that the very first one is going to be txt, let's say address dot text equals there. I will do the same thing for the employee. So let's go for txt employee name. So let's clear that as well. Dot text equals, there we go. And let's take care of the postcode. Dot txt equals there. Now gender, CBO gender dot text equals, and so on, guys. So I'm going to just speed that up, and right there, those are the lines of codes for my reset. If you look underneath here, this is meant to be for my date, and these are for all the other text box that I already initialized with values in them, and that's all there is to it. And here I initialized this very one with some values, so I'm going to do that now. So let's go back in here. That is it right here, this combo box. So the name of this very combo box, before I go ahead, I'm going to copy that, is known as CBO tax period. So let's double click on the form itself, and inside where we have form initialize. Okay, let's take it right underneath here. Yeah, underneath there is fine. Paste that in there. I just want to enter the period. That's dot add. The very first item is going to be, let's make that 1. Yeah. And the next one is going to be 2. Since we have 12 months in a year, so I'm just going to copy and paste and change it around. That is 5, 6, and just copy, paste. There we go. Now change the numbers, and those are meant to be the tax period, or yeah, tax period, that's correct. This is 8, 9, 10, and there we go. So that's fine. So if I run it, this is what you will see there. Okay, let's assume I select a value in there, and this very one, I think let's hope I've changed that as well. No, I haven't. See the value that I've entered in here, there we go. Instead of it empty, I'm going to change that to female. So let's go to gender on the delete area. On the resets, double click on that, gender, let's change that to female. That is the default input. Right, that's fine. So let's go to the next one. Yeah, let's take care of this easy one. Double click on print. So with the print, I will enter in the application dot dialog. Yep. And let's say X. That is supposed to be XL, not 1. XL dialog. And there we go. XL dialog print setup. Then we then ask it to show that should show the dialog for us. There we go. And I'm going to say I want you to print this workbook dot sheet, and open up. Let's specify the sheet number. So it's going to be sheet 1. Close that. Dot print out Okay, we want you to print out how many copies. Let's go for 1 copy equals 1. There, that's my print taken care of. Now let's go back in here. Let's take care of 1, 2. These are the big ones. Double click on add new. I can always copy that here. Okay, with the add new, let me enter this here. Dim. Those are my variables I want to declare now. I'm going to call that WKS as workbook. No, worksheet, really, it's not workbook. Worksheet. There. And I'm also going to declare something for the range. I'm going to call that add new. Maybe make that uppercase. Add new as range. And I will then set the workbook set worksheet equals the very sheet that I'm working on, which is sheet 1. I'm also going to set the add new equals worksheet dot range. Now, what is my range? I'm going to start from cell A up to 65,356. There, close that. Dot end, open a bracket, X up. There. And let's get it offset so it will go straight to the next one, and that is going to be by 1. There we go. Now that is done, let me make my components clear. Add the following components here. So add new dot offset, and where will I get those information from? The very first one is going to be 0 by 0 dot value, and that is the name of that one is going to be txt employee name, I think. Yeah, employee name dot text. Now that's the very first one. What is the name of the next one? The way I've arranged it. So let's see. I'm going to go address. So let's go back to add new, double click on that. The next one is going to be address, copy. I have 23 of those. I'm going to do that. That's 5. So copy this and just, all I'm just going to do is change the numbers. That's 15, 20, 25. Delete 2. Okay, that's 23 in total. Now let's change the names around. This one is known as address, and that is going to be 0, 1. The next one is known as postcode, and that is 2. This is 3, and 3 is gender, CBO, gender. Number 4, that is going to be LBL, payroll, no, pay reference dot caption. Right. So, and that's it, guys. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, those are the lines of codes for the add new, so which means if I click on that very button, whatever data I have on any of these components will be added straight onto the spreadsheet. So have a good look at it. Take it from up here and we'll take it right down. There we go. So that is it. So now let's take care of add wages. So double click on the add wages. Now with the add wages, we need to declare some variables. So let's go right up here. And I'm going to start by declaring as follows. There's a div inner city as double. There. The next one I'm going to let's that one be basic salary or basic pay as double. There, and so on. There we go. Overtime, tax, and so on. And there. Okay, now let's go back to that very button and double click on it. Okay, so what we want to do is, first thing first, I'm going to, let's say LBL pay reference dot caption, and that I'm just going to use that for my reference. So the reference is going to be randomized. So let's say evaluate between, let's say rand between, let's make that 1,000, yeah, between 1,000 to, let's go for 999 something there. So that's fine. Close that and close that. That's the very first one. So which means when I click on the add button, that should give me a value there. Look at that. Click on it again. There. Okay, let's go back to our code. Exit out here. Alright, double click. Now the next one is going to be that variable called inner city. Okay, let's come down here. The inner city takes in whatever value. Let's get rid of that. Should be lowercase. Inner city takes in whatever value you have inside txt inner city dot text. Basic pay equals txt basic pay, or basic salary is called, dot text. Next one is going to be overtime equals txt, I think it's just called overtime anyway, txt overtime. Paste that in there, dot text. Yeah, that's fine. Now the next one is other pay as equals to txt other pay. Dot text. Right, now let's look at the gross pay, or the gross pay, either way is called dot caption. In that case we need to add up all of these. This, paste, grab, add overtime, and add any other pay. There we go. Now we need to get it formatted to pound sign, so I'm going to now copy this, copy, paste it right underneath here, equals format. Let's format across whatever we have in there, comma, open up where is the pound sign here, and enter an hash there, comma, and let's go for 2 decimal places. That's it, hash 0. There we go, and that takes care of my decimal, so that's fine. Now what about the tax? Tax equals, we need to add up all of these, grab this, paste it right underneath here, open up a bracket, paste, and I'm going to just make up whatever figure for that very tax. So let's say multiply all of that by 9, and then we divide it by 100. Then whatever is left, that will be our tax. Yeah. Now that is good. Now let's take care of pension. Pension equals, let's grab everything in here. My pension equals, paste, and in the case of pension, let's multiply that by 12, pay in more pension, so that you will have more money at your retirement age. Okay, that's fine. Now supposing if you have a student loan, so let the student loan be, wait a minute, do I, okay, student loan, all right, equals all of these as well. We multiply that by, let's say, about 5% of your wages divided by 100. Come right here and block that up. There we go. Right, and then we need to work out net pay. No, that would be your NI number. NI number is like your social security in some other country, but here is for your health. Okay, NI, national insurance number, that's for your health, which is very good. There we go, multiply that by 3, and let's divide by 100. See, I just made up these figures, you can make up your own. Okay, all of these percentages, I just made them up. Now, those are all your deductions. Okay, now let's get everything straight into the different tax box. Right, well, first of all, I'm going to copy this instead of reinventing the wheel. So it's going to be LDL tax dot caption, and that is going to be equals all of this, and because it's the tax that we want to enter in there, I'm going to grab this and just paste it right inside the tax. There we go. I might as well copy this and repeat the same thing for my pension. That's pension, student loan, NI. So let's grab this, copy, as pension, and here will be pension. The next one is student loan. Grab, paste, and paste, and followed by NI. Grab that, paste that in here, and there. Okay, so this should be working now for now. So let's see if I'll be able to, okay, come in here, enter whatever value. Alright, and click on add wages. There we go, look at that. That's fine. Yeah, that would be good. Now we need to work out the deduction, and all of these deduction will be subtracted from this one to get the net pay. So let's go back in here. We are almost there now. Press enter. Now deduction, so that will be LBL deduction dot caption equals as follows. Let's see if we can take a shortcut. I should be able to, but who knows. Let's say equals, open up a bracket. Now come in here, I'm going to copy this. Now paste this here, and all of my deduction I will carry it out here, so in a bracket. Let's see, it should work instead of me reinventing the wheel. So tax plus pension plus student loan. So that should work hopefully. Now all of that I'm going to put them in a bracket. There. Okay, that should work, I think. Now net pay, we now need to we now need to deduct whatever we have inside deduction. But let's see, this is my deduction. Let me run it first. Enter some value. I still need to format this thing. There, good, deduction is there now. Let's take off this from this. Okay, that will be net pay. Now right underneath here, that will be LBL net pay dot caption equals, let's grab all of these, copy, paste that in there. Now we're dealing with, where is my gross, grab that. Now replace that with this there, and we then need to minus this. Hopefully it should work. Okay, let's run it and see. Run, and let's just enter some value in there. That's fine. Right, that is fine. Now I need to work this out. So that is going to be the period. Come right down here. So those two are taken care of. Now let's declare a variable here. We could have put that up there. It's called period anyway. So period as string, and this string is going to be period equals CBO tax period dot text. Right, so we want to use that to work out the taxables and so on. So that will be LBL taxable. Oh no, this is LBL pensionable dot, no, wrong spelling, pensionable pay, okay, dot caption equals caption, it's a P, listen, as equals this very one multiplied by, let's take this off, else there will be an error. This very one multiplied by that. Okay, I'm going to copy all of this, else I will end up repeating myself again. Paste that in there, and this, whatever we have in here, we want to multiply it by period. Multiply that by period. Yeah, multiply. There we go. What goes here? Multiply. Yeah, that's fine. Now what else? We now need to do the taxable. Taxable pay dot caption equals all of this multiplied by taxable. Where is my tax? Grab the tax and multiply that by period as well. There. Okay, so let's run it now. You see, this calculation depends on how the pension and the tax is calculated in your country. I just made that up. I don't know, it might be wrong, so make up your own thing, do your own research. Okay, that is my add wages, so let's come right down here. That is it. Let's run it and see. Now we enter whatever in there, just anything. Alright, click on add. There we go. We have 0 here because the month is 0. If I click on this and enter the 7th month, which is July, there we go. So since the beginning of the year, the tax you've paid is 3,000 plus. Your pension so far is 5,000 plus. That's good, and so on. That is it. That's fine. Now we can always click on add, but we just need to take care of little things here. And finally, we need to take care of this. Very important. So let's come in here. I may have to speed that up. Double click on that. Okay, time is against me, so I'm going to double click on that and write in here. Those are the lines of codes for my search. Now, what are the components I want to search? I'm going to ask it to if trim in spreadsheet 1 dot cells, that is the I for the for loop that I have in there, comma 1 is not equals to whatever is trimmed. Okay, and check on my txt, whatever is in there, txt search dot text. Okay, then let's close that up here. Right, so we have to then specify where we want to search from. So right here I'm going to say txt employee name dot text equals whatever I have on my sheet dot cells I comma 1 and if. So that means I'm only using just my employee name to search, but I want to be able to search any of the columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and change the names around. Okay, alright, and that is it for the search. I just had to speed this up because of time. If you notice, I ended up entering not equals to, that is wrong, it's meant to be equals. So that is the lines of code from here and down here up to here. Keep going because I have 23 components on board, and that's it. And here, those are the components that are meant to be searched. There. Then you have to round up the functions used there. Okay, so let's take it back up so that you guys can see it. There, the names of every single component and how these components are going to be searched using my search function, my search object or component. Okay, like I said, I have 23 items loaded. Alright, that is it. Now all I just need to do now is just to tidy up. You see, when I click here, I want that to disappear. So let's come in here and I'm going to double click on that, and let's go to here, and I'm just going to enter. Okay, enter. When I enter there, I want this one to become empty. Copy, paste, dot text equals nothing, and dot text equals focus. There. And supposing I didn't enter anything, if I did decide to leave, okay, come in here. If this dot text equals empty, then I want this dot text equals to become 0.0. That's it. End if. There. That is that done. That should be 0.0. Alright, so I just need to do that for the others. Let's put that in a quote. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for the others. So now come in here, double click on the next one, and I'm just going to copy this. Copy. Come in here, change this one to enter, change the event to enter. Let's copy that and change around. Okay, that is for event enter. Event exit. If you exit and there's nothing there, exit. That's it. And just change everything to 0. Copy, paste. There we go. There. And just repeat the same thing for the others. So what will happen is when I go in here, there click, I can then enter something. If I leave there, click elsewhere, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to speed up the last two and get back to you guys. That is it, guys, all done. So we will now try it out, and I've also repeated the same thing for the search function here. That is it. That's for the search, just one, and that's all just for the search, just one event for that. Okay, so let's run it and we see how it looks like. Now, first thing first, look at this. I'm going to search with anything here. So let me go for maybe this. That is NM 909. There we go. Look at that. So that's Larry Conman. Okay, that's Conman. There's everything. So reset. Come back in here. I'm going to search with anything here. Let's search with 868 pounds HP. There we go. Look at that, man. That's fine. You can just search with anything you want. See, that's what it's all about. That's beautiful. Now, one other thing is I just need to code here, so whatever we have in here will be displayed in here. So let's do that quick. Now, what is the name of this guy here? Let's see. Copy that, and this one is, you can double click on that. I think it's going to be change dot text equals whatever we have in there dot text, so that is meant to be name. So let's run that and see. So if we search, let me search with anything here. 130. This 107, or what did I see? I can't remember. 103. Yeah, search. There we go. But this name is not appear there, so let's see. So I'm going to come back in here, just copy whatever I have in here, copy, and go back here and paste it in here, double click. I think it's changed. Yeah, the event should be changed. So let's go back and search by, okay, let's go for Ray Fox by name now. There we go. That's fine. Okay, and like you guys saw earlier, you can add. So let's assume we want to add something in there. In here we have Ray Fox there. So I'm just going to change this Ray Fox. Let's change that name to Tony Montana. There we go. You see Tony Montana here as well, and the address there. Let's change the postcode around. What else do we need to change? This we automatically change. Okay, they work in the same firm, petroleum, and come in here, change the period to period 7, and let's increase the wages here to about 500 plus, and change this as well. There we go. There. So we just need to click on total and look up here, row 11. So let me click on total before I click on add wages. There we go. And now let's go into, we now need to add it straight onto the spreadsheets. So come in here, this is the add, look at it. I'm going to click on add. There we go. You can see that here. Tony Montana is right there as well. Now the last part of this project is, let's make sure nobody can add any data onto the system. Okay, to achieve that, what I'm going to do is I will first of all go straight to the workbook here. You see this very one. I'm going to enter a button in here so that we can navigate to that very button. So let's put a button here. Let's come into insert and active X button. Let's just add one here. Yeah, one big button. That's big enough for you. Anyone can see that. So let's come straight to the properties and just change that around. So I'm going to call it CMD show form. Right. Okay, that is fine. Now we also need to change the text content around. Make sure it's selected. Let's come in here and change that to, let's say, show payroll. Let's just say show payroll. Okay, that's fine. Payroll. There we go. Show payroll form. There. I'm going to close that. Double click on it. When you double click on it, all you just need to do is to add this line of code. Look at it. Username 1. User form 1 dot show. There we go. That's that taken care of. Now let's go into our main project here. Select that. That is it. Double click on it. This very one. Now go to the tools. Right inside the tools, you see where we have VBA project properties. Click on that, and you will see these two tabs: the general one and the protection one. You can enter whatever you want in here, the description and so on, but I'm going to go straight to the second tab. You see on this second tab, protection, you see where we have this checkbox, lock project for viewing. Click on that, and here whatever you intend to enter as your password. So I'm just going to enter employee 9. That's fine. Yeah, employee 9 as well. Click on OK. There we go. Now, without coming to this workbook, Look at it. Double click on the workbook. We then need to change the event. I think it will be here somewhere. Drop this down, change it to workbook. Okay, inside the workbook, enter the following lines of codes. Active workbook.sheet, and the sheet is number 1, and that is my password, employee 9, and that's all there is to it. Let's save that and also ask it when I open the program, my form should open up. That is the purpose of this one. So let's run it. Let's go back in there, double click, run the program, and let's see if we can enter something in here. What I'll do is I'm going to close this and try to enter some data in here now. Let's assume I want to enter anything in there. You see that? That's the error message. I cannot enter anything directly onto this worksheet anymore, only through this very form. But unfortunately, you won't be able to access this form straight away. So to be able to access the form, come in there and just enter your codes. So this prevents anyone who just want to mess around with your system. Open it first and you can run your program. There we go. Okay, with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I know it's a little bit long, but believe me, it's an interesting one. I like it myself. So with that, I'm just gonna say bye for now. But guys, do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Like I always say, there's a lot of benefit for you. You'll gain access to all the codes. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.